All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America, so that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that we are the true children of Israel according to the Bible, so that Esau know that he is the white man according to the Bible, and that America is Babylon, and that it will be destroyed in the third world war, which is a nuclear war. Okay, so with that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are doing the truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow. So hey, let's get this party started.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
That's right. Measure the time. Measure the times diligently in itself. Okay. Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
Right. So basically, he's saying to know what time you're in. How will you know what time you're in? By the things that he said before. By knowing the prophecy. By knowing and having the correct breakdowns and on what's supposed to happen, and then taking that and watching the news and doing your research and having a real understanding on what's going on around you.
It says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. Then you're going to know when Jacob's trouble is near. You're going to know when your salvation says that our salvation is nearer than we believe. And no other time is that more relevant than now.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord Yahweh doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known at what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
That's right. So nobody knows the exact date that the Lord is going to come back. But if you're watching, if you're doing your job, if you're reading these scriptures, you're into these scriptures, you're into the news, you're getting these updates, then you're going to have a really good idea on when this time is going to come.
Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
All right, and you got a lot of people who aren't paying attention. You have a lot of people who are just going on with regular life as like everything is the same. We in a whole pandemic. People are getting all kinds of checks in the mail. The shelves are getting empty. It's sickness going around. It's fake antidotes to the sickness going around. All right, we are in dire times. We are in prophetic times. And the true men of the Lord are going to pay attention and recognize the time that they're in.
In the same chapter,
this is 2nd Ezra 14 and 10. It says, for the world hath lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of the 10th.
Right, going into the tribes. It's the splitting of the tribes. You had the
times.
Oh,
yeah, I'll read it again. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of the 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. So like the brother was speaking on, measuring the times, all right? So speaking about the prophecies coming to pass, how do we know that we're in the end of the end times? By the things that are going on, by the prophecies that are being manifest right now. Okay, so right here, he's speaking with Ezra and he's saying the world is divided into 12 different parts. 10 and a half of them is gone already. This was back during the Babylonian captivity, which was about 800, 700 BC. So 10 and a half of that whole 12 was gone already. So let alone 2,000 plus years to this day. So we at the end of those 12 parts, man. All right, so that's when you measuring those times, seeing what you're reading in the scriptures, and then you applying it to what's going on in the world. So you can know what time you in. Because like he had brought out, we don't know what hour the Lord is going to come. All right, he gave us signs though. Okay, so we can take heed to those signs. All right, so we can take heed to those signs and know what time we're in. It's time to high time to wake out of sleep. If you ain't got this knowledge, it's time to get the knowledge. If you got the knowledge, you stay in the knowledge. All right, because just because you got it don't mean you're gonna have it when the Lord show up, man. It says, "He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved." All right, that's why I speak about times. That's why the Lord gave signs, because he want to see if you really want it. If he said, all right, I'm going to be there November 8th, 2021. You know what everybody's going to do? They're going to try to get right November 7th, 2021. But no, this is a thing of endurance. All right? This is a thing of endurance. You got to continue in this, man. You got to make your sacrifices. Everybody just give up all their sacrifices that day. So you just commit adultery, smoking weed, and eating pork, and doing whatever you want to do until November 7th, and then it don't work like that. We don't know the day nor the hour, all right? So when the Lord show up, you just better be found so doing, man. All right?
This is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people.
Right. You had 7.2 this week somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it was at. But you've been having these uproars for this this medicine, all right, all over Europe and Australia, and here in parts and places in America. But these uproars have been going on for various reasons. And it's really been heating up over the past 3 to 4 years. You had back in I believe France and Italy a couple of years ago. They were having uproars over what's it called? The financial measures, the austerity measures. The austerity measures when they were telling you got to basically work for your same, you gotta do the same work, but you're gonna get less money. And watch out, because that could be coming back. But right now, the major uproars are all over this Vanessa. And that's what's really being prevalent right now. And now they're coming up with different boosters. All right, and you're gonna always have to do this. You're always gonna have to take a new booster, a new, whatever they want to call it, an update to make sure that you're still in line with what they want.
That's what it seems like. It's like technology with your phone. Periodically, you got to get an update, So they doing this with your immune system, all right? Just updating and making sure that it stays weak, that it stays intact, Like they were saying, you don't know what's going to happen months later or years from now, There's speculations of it, but even that could be even beyond what they're thinking, man.
Right.
All right, based off of the scientific knowledge of what they saying could happen with what's been injected into these people's bodies, man. All right, but everybody just run. They run to the so-called solution, man, because they don't have no faith. All right, they don't trust in the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, I was watching ESPN, and you had Max Kellerman. He was talking down on Kyrie. Oh, because you did 5 minutes worth of research on the internet. You think that you can outsmart the scientists and this, that, and the third. Because number one, you trust in oppression. All right, you trust in this American system, the quote American system. Even though they're poisoning people now, historically they've never done that to so-called white people, to Edomites. But when you look back on our people, you can find, the history of that. You can find the smallpox blankets. You can find the Tuskegee experiments. There's proof that the government was behind you know, causing harm to our people. We were legally in slavery within this country. It was the government co-signed on it. Stamp seal of approval. Hurry up!
I think that the earliest dates back is back to at least 1856. That's when they had those what they call it, Negro certificates or something like that. Like you said, they got certificates saying this is my slave.
A bill of sale.
1856. That's not that long ago, man. All right. And this is the system that the people trust in, man. All right. And like you mentioned about the science, Timothy said something about the science. It's falsely so-called, man. All right. This ain't real science. That's not real knowledge. This is something that they a concoction they came up with and say, here, this is salvation for us, man. You know, and like you said, they're running, they're flocking to it, man. 5 minutes. That nigga's a hater. They did 5 minutes worth of research. You know?
Hey, what does the scripture say? Most High has made foolish the wisdom of this world, man. Alright, so you can do 5 minutes of research and just have the answer to what you need because we have access to the internet. Alright? And it's all out there. All you gotta do is type in fake, fake such and such, you know? I don't wanna say it, you know, due to the but if that 5 minutes worth of research wasn't so detrimental, why I can't even say certain words when I'm recording the video.
Right.
Alright? Or if I'm lying, or if it's so-called misinformation, let it be out there. Alright? Y'all put misinformation, y'all trying to take slavery out of the school books. Like it's so much that y'all do, but then when it turns around, when y'all no longer the ones doing it, oh, it's misinformation, you gotta fact check here, this and that, man.
They're trying to take slavery out the Bible. I was watching this program, they tried to say that we weren't slaves in Egypt, that we were a group of mercenaries. And the reason why that Pharaoh...
Building cities.
Right, he said the reason why Pharaoh had us... basically put us in harder bondage is because he was scared that our military force was going to overthrow him or let somebody else come in and overthrow him.
He broke that all down. He broke that down.
Terrible.
So back in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, I'm going to read 3 again. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So what should you be doing? You should be watching. You should be aware. You gotta have your head on the swivel and looking for and hasten to the day to come of the Lord. Understanding that there's gonna be these uproars. So what? So what are you gonna do? It's easy. It's a simple Google search. You're looking for different riots. You're looking for different protests, and you'll find it. It's not very difficult. But you gotta have that unction. The Most High has to put that spirit on you. You wanna learn these things. You wanna really know what's going on. Because if you just take everything at face value, this media here in America is watered down. They're gonna tell you what they want you to know or what they want you to think. You gotta get this information for yourself.
It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's right, the end is being played out before us. We're seeing it bloom right in front of our eyes. We can see how this man is coming down, having great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. These different mandates, okay, especially the one with the jobs. If you have if you own a business and you have more than 100 employees, then y'all gotta have, you know, that medicine, or y'all gotta show a negative test every week. Now we not taking the medicine and we're not testing, so what does that mean? You're gonna be on the outside. These people ain't gonna take $700,000 fines because you was buddy with your boss. adversity, they're gonna crumble.
Says, even so, the times of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works.
Right, everyone that's gonna be able to be saved, that should be able to escape by his works. You gotta put action. That's action. You can't just sit back and watch everything happen like you a coach. No, you gotta get in the game. You gotta check in the game. All right, you gotta go play some defense. All right, you gotta go, get some assists, some blocks, some steals. All right, you gotta put actual work into this.
It says, and everyone that shall be saved by his works, and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Right, and faith by where you have believed. You have to believe that he is. You have to believe that this is truly what we know it is. All right, that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true children of Israel, and that we are the only ones with that chance of salvation. That we are the only ones who are going to get saved out of America. That America is going to be destroyed. That it's wicked. You have to be in line with all of this. All right, if you have some other belief, all right, it's not going to work for you. The Most High is not on your side. What's the scripture that you pulled, bro? Without faith, it's impossible to please him. Yeah, go ahead, get that.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right, that diligently seek him. You can't just be, a bump on the law.
Not periodically, but
right.
Diligently.
Right.
Because most people seek the Lord periodically when they're going through something. I'm going through troubles, and so let me go find the Lord. Like, no, man. Hey, this is a maritable relationship. You know what I'm saying? Till death do us part situation. The good and the bad. What do they say? Through sickness and health. Yeah. This is the relationship that you have with wisdom, with this doctrine, with this truth, man.
That's right.
All right? You got to take the ups and the downs, because you're going to have them anyway. It's better to have them in the truth than have them within this world.
Ain't no part-time lovers around here, man.
Right, ain't no sneaky link.
Read on, it says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders.
It said that they should be reserved from the said perils. What are those said perils? Concentration camps. You got those, getting ready. Those are pretty much, the wheels are turning on those. Every time you go in the fucking Walmart, they're doing some kind of construction. It's very suspect. What else? The famines. Again, you go into Walmart, there's no food on the shelves. There's a need for more truckers and people who can transport goods from place to place. The farms, there's not as much cattle and livestock as it was. Things are getting scarce and prices are going up. Okay, and you have quantities. You might have got a box of cereal that was 26 ounces. That same box is the same size, only they're giving you 22 ounces now. And you don't even know because you don't even check the fucking box. But guess what? That price is either the same or it's going up. That's just like when we was kids. You could go to the store with $1.50. I got oatmeal cream pie, a Swiss roll.
Hey, that's what I was about to do. 2 honey buns, 2 zebra cakes, a Star Crunch,
A bag of penny candy.
and a little juice.
You got a juice. You could have got a couple bags of chips, nigga.
Yeah, like they even said bacon is at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things, you having constant, I don't really want to say record breaking, but these different foods and necessities at an all-time high, man. It's not like it's gonna stop because what is America doing different? Are they okay? Hey, we gotta put some gold behind these dollars. Like, no, they running with the same system, physical credit and credit, man. That's all a dollar is physical credit. It's nothing back behind me. You need $10,000. Don't worry. They just go ahead and print it off, man. Not knowing that you got at least 15% interest on each dollar that you print off. So we all, ooh, hooray, stimulus, stimulus. But not knowing it's gonna come out of your check, back with the taxes, put the country in more debt, and then constantly crash this dollar, man. All right, to where they're gonna bring in a new financial system, digital, which gonna lead up to them putting something in your hand and your forehead. They got it planned out, but you know, hey, like the scriptures say, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. It's not like the knowledge isn't out there. You just don't care to look for it. All right, you content with your degree that you got from college, from the white man. You content with your diploma that you got from the white man. That just shows you how to. It shows you how to go and work more. It doesn't show you how to survive. You go to class, they don't tell you nothing about bills and make sure you get with the MUD, do this, and the OPP. They don't got classes like that.
Right.
All right, you got home economics. They teach you how to bake. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they ain't gonna, I might not have nothing to bake in. Mess around with y'all. Y'all ain't telling me about nothing else.
Exactly.
Okay? You know where to cook. Hey, can I borrow your kitchen? It sets us up for failure, man, especially the people on the side, man.
And then they tell you to go to the full system, all right, to once you graduate, go to college and do what? Get more debt. Now you're 4 years in, you gotta do your 5th year. Now you're $100,000 in debt to get a job that's gonna pay 35 grand a year, 40 grand a year. You ain't coming out of that hole. You'll never get ahead.
Then you got your credit cards.
You didn't max them out because you was in college, but you starving. Because they give you like $100 a month that you're supposed to live off of. Who can live off of that? You had a lot of people that were like college basketball players, college football players. They came out and said, hey man, I was hungry. Every night there was he played for Connecticut when they won the championship. I can't remember his name, little light-skinned cat, point guard. He said, man, it's nice I go hungry. And then the NCAA was like, oh, well, we don't want people to do, they tried to downplay it or whatnot, like he was lying. And then they started giving people more like food vouchers or something like that. And then I was watching on Netflix back in '94. They had there was 2 basketball players from Arizona State, and they fixed some games because they was getting $20,000 a game because they was hungry. You know, they couldn't do nothing else, and that's why that name, image, and likeness. I don't want to keep going in on that, but the whole point is we are set up to fail. We're not put in the best spot. But guess what? Who is? Esau, the elites, the ones that teach their kids, all right, this is how credit works. This is how you do it. You don't need to go to college. Or you can go to college just so that you can have a degree so they can pay for all of that. And then what? Their connections, because it's not always what you know, it's who you know. If your dad got power and he knows the CEO of this company, when you get out of high school, you gonna jump over that guy who's been grinding, trying to do this, you know what I'm saying? And now he's starting at base level, and he knows 10 times more than you, or this dude, and now he's, his boss.
It's back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 8. It says, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation within my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right, said that we were sanctified from the beginning. This ain't nothing new. The Lord said he had 7,000 men that will not bow to the image of Baal. And that's we're not talking about 7,000 specific men. It's a perfect number of men who aren't going to conform to the system, who aren't going to participate in the image of the beast. Because that image is, like I said in one of my videos, it's becoming clearer and clearer. We can see the picture of the image a lot better. Them doing all of this stuff that we've been talking about. If you can't, it's like I was watching Baki, you know, and Baki was shadow boxing Iron Michael, and the little kid was on the side, and he was like, "What's going on?" He looked like he was really fighting somebody, and then the image of him started to appear, and you could really see him. You're like, "Oh dang, he's really shadow boxing Iron Michael," and that's how it really is. You know, this image of the beast is becoming clearer and clearer. We can see all the nefarious things that this man has planned for us. The draconian measures that are coming into Babylon.
Reading on, it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Right, they're going to dwell in torments, man, because the Lord had his hand out, and you were none of his reproof. Can you read that one more time for me, brother?
It says, then shall they be in pitiful case.
It says that they should be in pitiful case. Can we get that word pitiful?
Apology. Yeah, it says
you get the
I'm finishing somebody's bit. It says, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
It says pitiful. It says merciful, compassionate. All right, exciting or deserving pity, mean, wretched, contemptible. All right, breaks down.
You said wretched?
Yeah.
And contemptible?
Says compassion, kindness, generosity of spirit. You know, because it goes back to the word pity.
Because people, and that's how people are going to want. People are going to want that pity for them, that empathy to be shown. Yep. But the Most High is not going to show that empathy because you had a chance. He gave you the option. We have our hand out right now. All right, the Lord has his man on the four corners around the world preaching and teaching. You can drop that on the floor. Trying to fish the elect. Everyone has an opportunity at this that's of this nation. But you have people that will drive by, laugh, shake their hand. It's not just for the Negroes, it's for the Latinos and Native Americans, the people who might not look like one of those three, but are of the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That mercy door is closing, man. That mercy door is fast approaching being shut, man. And we know, how do we know that? Like the brother's going into, by the way these prophecies coming to pass. You know, and I'm gonna read it because it's pretty much coming up already. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not but despised it.
Right. While place of repentance was given to them, they understood it not and despised it. They just kept on going. Kept on going about their daily life like this is normal. This isn't normal. Us being out here isn't normal. But guess what? It's a necessary thing. Because we are here to teach and to preach the downfall of America. But those of you who trust in America, who want to prosper in America, who believe that American dream, that you can be whatever you want to be, that you can start at nothing and build your way all the way up to LeBron James or President Trump or whoever, people actually believe this stuff.
It's not that it can't happen, because there's people who've done it, but they don't tell you what you gotta go through to get there.
Exactly.
You know, that's why you have a lot of people who you'll see on the mainstream and stuff, and then they just disappear, or they ain't want to give in to whatever they was given, man. All right, there's a bunch of wickedness behind all of that, Hollywood and being, you know, all of the celebrities and all of those societies that they got, man. Okay, the whole Masonic people and the Illuminati, all of that, man. All right, there's been people who came out and spoke on that kind of stuff, the truth behind the music industry and so on and so forth, you know. But you won't know until you get there, and then it's like up to you what you want to do, man. It reminds me of that new King Arthur movie that they came out with. All right, you had his uncle who wanted the kingdom, he wanted the power, so he had to make a sacrifice. He sacrificed his wife. All right, that gave him power to kill the king. Okay, once he sacrificed his wife, later on, King Arthur had got the sword, got the power and all of that, and then he went and sacrificed his daughter. And when he went to the little, I don't know what you want to call it, but who he had to make the sacrifice to, they was like, well, you know what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? If you want this power that you're seeking, you know what you got to do, man. And this place does it the same, man. All right? All of those worshiping Molech, okay, all of that goes back to the scriptures, man. When they was burning the children and making them making them a sacrifice, making their bodies sacrifices, man, unto idols. All right, it's the same thing going on today. It's just a different name, or you know what I'm saying? Because all of them guys have just been passed down to each kingdom. They get new guys here and there, but at the end of the day, it's the same gods with the same idols, I would say, man. It's the same idols with the same worships. That's why you got so many missing people all the time. Or I remember, I'll never forget that. They was looking for the little black kid, found him rolled up in a gym mat, missing his organs, missing shoes, like, said he probably fell in there and rolled up. How fast was he running to fall on a mat and roll himself up and his organs fall out?
Right.
I'm just gonna take the story like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just tripped and fell and all my organs gone. You know, but this is, and people, they forgot about that. All right? That's when they bring all of these elections and Trump this and this about the celebrities and all of this stuff, and just throw all of that important stuff right out of your mind, man. It's called distraction, all right? That's what they do. It's called a distraction, man.
I remember Vicky brought out that she went to a party in Hollywood, and they was like, well, in order to get in this party, you gotta give us your phone, you gotta sign this non-disclosure agreement that you can't say what was going on in this party, because they was doing some wicked shit. And that's really, like the brother said, you don't know what it takes to actually get to that level. These people are high-level, demonic, Satan worshippers.
Get that Ephesians 6.
So that's how they do that Bohemian Road too.
That's when they got the outlet.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6.
I think it's like how big is that owl? Like 50
It's like a 40 foot.
40 foot.
Probably like bigger than this building.
Yeah, I'd be scared to look at that one.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, we ain't just fighting regular Joes and Schmoes. Alright? It's actual demons, actual spirits that are in inhabiting these Joes and Smokes, which are influencing them to do the action that they do. And not only that, they're praying to them. They're going to them on the left-hand side, getting powers from them. All these, when you see these different magicians, these different people doing all that, how do you think they doing that? With the left hand.
When you go into that principalities, that's literally what it goes into, angels and demons. You know? That's literally what it goes into. When you go into the blue letter and look at that definition, it rolls right into the angels and demons, man. So we're dealing with spirits. You know? That was into that.
Apostle Bar just did he did a lesson, I think it was like last week. And it was some guy, he was like on drugs and stuff. And he ended up taking a picture at a certain event. And he took a picture with his wife, but over his left shoulder was like a hellhound, like the apostle. That's like the best way to explain it. It's like a spirit though, but it looked like a dog, like a very vicious, demonic dog, man. And the guy that was in the picture that was on the drugs, he said he felt like that was that spirit following him and had him continuously doing, you know, what he was doing and what he was into, man. Like, the spirits is real. I know I ain't the only one that sat here and had sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
You know, you sitting there, you sleep, and you can't move, you can't scream, you can't do nothing, man. You just stuck. You know what I'm saying? Those spirits holding you down, man. All right? It just means continue to do what you do, man. Okay? Or realize, or stop doing it. If you've been skeptical about some things, you know, at the end of the day, it's just those spirits messing with us, man. All right? I would say that. The spirits messing with you, trying to shake your faith or whatever, you know? But hey, you got the name, call on that name. Call on that name, you know, as much as you can. All right?
That's a fact, man. It said right before that, it says to put on the whole armor of Yahawah Shemel Shai, man.
Yep.
So, hey, that's right on point. You know, in that video, what his wife said, hey, you really walking with Satan or something like that.
Yep.
Man. Like, man, that's heavy, man. So all that was it. So back in the book of 2nd Ezra, back in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 12. It says the same must know it after death by pain.
It's gonna be a painful way to go out here in America, man. It's gonna be a painful way to go out here in America. It said that it's better to die by the sword than to die by famine. You know, if you starving to death, if you ain't had water in a couple days, that's what's gonna raise the level of desperation within the people. That starving, hungry, people are gonna turn to cannibalism. All right, niggas gonna be on the menu, literally. And you know, I know one of the brothers he was going into it on his live stream. Once you cross that threshold of eating human meat, there's no coming back. You know, like you roasted up, put some seasoning, salt, some pepper, you know how things.
Walking Dead, they chop old boy leg off and eat rotisserie leg. You know what I'm saying? And they had been doing it. They like, yeah, you taste good. We had plenty of meat, but you taste real good.
He had already got bitten. He was like, I'm tainted meat.
You know,
I'm tainted meat.
Just to put it into speculation that they stole it from the church. Yeah, and that just goes to show you, times will get like that, man. Okay? And it's because the scriptures speak of it. We're going to get back into that time. Like you said, desperation. People are going to be eating each other, man. All right?
Just like on the road, did they do it on Eli too?
Yeah. That old man and that old woman. That's what they do. They trap them down there, and that's why they had all them graves in the backyard. He was like, oh, hold up, hey, we good. We about to get out of here, you know. You just imagine, you know, like your body, how your body gotta conform to that, man. Of eating human flesh, man. All right, our bodies was designed to eat certain animal flesh at that, man. Because we have a dietary law. All right. So let alone, man, I can't even fathom it, bro.
And bro, America's diets is so terrible. The meat that you eat is so low quality.
Jeez.
No true substance.
It's gonna be like all fat, no muscle.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right, man. For the lack of bread and great tribulation, people gonna be desperate. All right. If you got goods, if you got water, all right. If you got any kind of sustainability, all right, it's gonna make you a target. That's why the women and the children are gonna do what? They're gonna flock to men in those days, because they're gonna be for the taking, right? For the taking. All these so-called independent women that's out here doing it by themselves, or you know, they didn't turn their back on their baby daddy. They out here just flaunting it up. All right, you're gonna be a spoil in that day.
Yeah, because hey, you have these shows and movies like Squid Game on Netflix. You know, when people are in that survival mindset, like that compassion, that trying to help people out, that goes out the window. When people are trying to survive, it's all about their self-preservation. You know, preservation for what they care about. So it may be your family too, but the scriptures even say that the families are going to turn against each other. You know, so once that self-preservation kicks in, that's when it's going to get real. People are going to be able to eat each other. You know, people are going to be.
It says the love of many shall wax cold. You know, all that friendly buddy, oh, you're my best friend, that's gonna go out the window, man, real fast. You know, it's gonna, and they're already starting to do on a base level. They're already causing, he's already causing division with this. I like the word, that validation. I like that. You know, they're already causing division with that. They got people snitching on each other, family members snitching on each other for rewards. Oh, well, this person ain't got it, so yeah, I'm gonna report them. You know, and this is just the beginning. This is going to get way worse, you know. Like you said, you can't. It's hard to fathom somebody eating somebody else. That's because the times we're coming into, as the scripture says, a time like never before nor ever shall be, man. You know, so these are going to be rough times. And hey, when it goes up in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, which says they should be in pitiful case. Another precept that it has in here is to marvel, man. You know, so it's going to be a time where they're like, what's going on? What the hell is this? And that's because it's going to be so much chaos, so much tribulation and turmoil going on at that time. People are not going to be able to handle it, man, mentally. You know? And even the men of the Lord, we're going to look at this. We ain't never seen this. We ain't never seen this in our lifetime, man. We ain't going to go, I'm about to say, we're not in pitiful case, but we ain't never seen this stuff before. So we're going to be looking at this like, God damn. You know? They call Allah Yahawah for giving us His truth. Lord willing, we're able to endure those times, man.
And that's why you gotta be in that spirit right now. Why America's not in that pitiful case. Why everything is still good. You gotta harden your mind, harden your spirit and your body to those times, so that when this drastic change happens, you're able to adapt. You're able to go forward. Now, faith works. But what is faith and what is works? Actually doing and operating in that mode. So you have to tune in right now. If you wait till then to try to tune in, you're just gonna be caught up like everybody else.
Yeah, that goes into that Matthew 25. You know, the 5 wise virgins and the 5 fools. You know.
Yeah, get that, man.
This is the book of Matthew.
I like the check.
Matthew 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Yeah, that bridegroom is who? The Lord. All right, 5 was wise, and 5 was foolish. Go ahead.
It says they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Yeah. Like, why would you even want to do that? But you thought you was good. Hey, cousin. How you doing? Yeah, so 5 of them, some of them took lamps and didn't take the oil, man. All right, now it's oil. It's going to burn out. So you're going to need to replace that oil, okay? Go ahead.
It says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Yeah, exactly. So they got oil, man. So they prepared, okay? Because the oil represents what? This knowledge, this truth, understanding of these scriptures, man. All right, meaning what? Right now is why we're supposed to be gathering our oil. So we're gonna meet the bridegroom, so we can, hey, because you think about it, they ain't had street lights back then. So if you look at it, you're gonna need your lamp so you can direct your path, man, and know which way you going. All right, unless your lamp go out, you hold up, y'all, you pull up, hitting your lamp and you're trying to trim your wick, and then, you know, before you know it, you way behind, man. Marco, playing Marco Polo now. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Yep.
And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. You know, and so like if I may, that's it says at midnight there was a cry made. The bridegroom, those are the wise, man. Those are the men that are teaching in sincerity and in truth right now, that are sighing and crying, right? It says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
Yeah, now the purpose of trimming your lamps is so you can have a higher flame, so you can see more. Because that wick is burning and it's getting lower and lower, so you got to trim around it so it can catch fire more, so you can have a higher flame, so you're able to see more, man. All right, so that's just resembles us what? Just as much as getting ready and staying ready, man. All right, but here it is. Go ahead with the foolish virgin.
And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Yeah, I can't give you my oil, because we're both run. Then I'm gonna run out and you gonna run out. Why wasn't you prepared? Once you go get some oil, all right, I know that the bridegroom that called us, you gotta hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, I don't want to jump the gun.
It says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came.
Yep. And what? So when you went to go get prepared, when you should have already been prepared, who y'all was waiting on came, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, and they that were ready went in with them to the marriage, and the door was shut.
And they that was ready went in unto the marriage, and the door was shut, man. All right, this is that mercy door. Okay, this is that do not enter, accepting no more applicants. All right, that's what's going on right here. So why the wise virgins why they was prepared, the foolish ones wasn't prepared, and when they went to go get prepared, they got shut out, man. All right, that's why you got to keep your watch. You got to constantly, you got to meditate upon the scriptures day and night. All right.
It says, afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not.
Yep. So there you have it, man. I know you not. I don't even know who you are. You know? You wasn't prepared. I told the ones who was going to be worthy to come in was going to be prepared. If you wasn't prepared, then you wasn't meant to be in, man. It's simple as that. All right? Same with Noah. What? It's going to rain. What? Water from the heavens? Man, this dude tripping. That's all we know is about dude. All right? First dude got hit with that drop. Popped on the top of his head. Like, then everybody started getting hit by raindrops, and they seeing the ground, you know, get wet. You know what I'm saying? And then it's constantly raining and harder and harder. All right, like the Lord said, he opened up the heavens, man. He opened up the breaches of the earth. You know, so you got water coming from everywhere. All right, and what they do? Hey, make some room, man, make some room. It's too late, man. You had your chance to help me build this ark. Could have built enough room for everybody, and we all could have been on this. But y'all didn't believe, man, so y'all wasn't prepared. Until when? Until things hit the fan, all right? That's when everybody, like it tells you in Psalms 103, in the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing, man. When the Lord really start manifesting things, you know, a couple more people gonna get in their right mind, but to some, they still gonna be locked out, man.
It says, watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh.
Yeah, so you gotta keep gathering, you know, because it says what? Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. All right? Which that stability goes into the word Yahawah, which means faith. Okay? So it's not like people that's out here and don't know about Yahawah, Yahawah, okay? Like they just gonna be like, oh, I believe I'm good. I'm like, no, man. It's gonna be a time like never before. You ain't ate in 2 days. You ain't ate in 2 days, and the only way for you to eat is to get a microchip in you. You know what? You're gonna fold to that, man. All right? You're gonna sit here and fold to that because you don't have any faith. You don't have this word as your stability, as your faith. So you don't know to not get that, all right? You don't know not to trust in your enemy, okay? And that's why a lot of our people are going to get caught up in this, man.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33.
Yeah, go up a little bit too. Go up to like 31.
Come. Ezekiel 33 and 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people. Come. Ezekiel 33 and 30. Also, son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses.
Yeah, talking against thee, you know? Meaning the things that we speak, they are opposing it, okay? Go ahead.
And speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Yep, they hear them, but they will not do them. All right? Just like when people ride by, or, oh man, I feel what y'all saying, man, I'm gonna get with y'all. Like, all right, ain't no more microwaves, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta get it while it's hot, you know?
For with their mouth,
cold pizza is only good for so long.
For with their mouth, they show much love.
Yeah, hey man, I like what y'all doing, man. Hey, I feel y'all, man. Hey, man, I've been thinking the same thing. And they showing much love, man. All right?
But their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Now, what is your heart? You look in that word, it's the Hebrew word lab, man, which means your mind. Okay? So they just speak a good game. They talk a good game, man. All right? But that's just all talk. You know, like they say, you got to talk the talk and walk the walk, man. They don't want to walk. They just content with talking, man.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do not them.
Yeah, so they like what they hear for the most part. It sounds good, but they don't really have any intentions on doing them, man. All right, they just like it out of respect. Oh, okay, it's the Bible, I believe in God, hey, good stuff type deal. But when it comes to following the things, they don't want to do that. All right? Go ahead.
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
Yeah, so the things that we speak, when they come to pass, And it will come, like it just said. Then they're gonna know that a prophet have been among them, man. Alright? They're gonna have an inclination within their mind, like, dang, I remember where's them dudes? Hey, where they at? They're gonna be driving, looking for us. But the Lord had said, hey, it's famine of the word, man. Time to close up shop. You know? So we out here, in season and out of season until the Lord say, y'all done, man. You know? Until things really, you think we're gonna be out here with tanks on the street? You know what I'm saying? No, that was the Zealots' job. That was the Sakari back then, man. All right? That was them being overzealous. Okay?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it. This is a book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 19. It says, for while they promised them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, the same is he brought into bondage. You know, the reason why I brought that out, you know, based off what the brother was saying earlier, about how our people, they're not trusting in the Lord. They're going to trust in this system and the things that the system offers. And once you get that medicine, there's no coming back. You know, the Lord really going to disown you after that. You know, that's when you brought into bondage. You want to trust in science, okay? You want to trust in as it says in Isaiah the 30th chapter. You want to trust in oppression and perverseness. Okay, you can have that. That's who you're going to be in bondage to. But we pray that we're in bondage, as Paul was, a prisoner of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. That's what we pray to be, man. Prisoners of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, not of this system, man.
I'll clear that up just a little bit. You know, it's not like if you get that validation, you dead, you ain't gonna make it. But that is like pretty much a step closer to, you know, that Revelations 13, which once you get that, you are completely done, as the scriptures say, man. All right, you pretty much put yourself in bondage under the enemy. You basically said, look, Lord, we had a nice little run, but I'm gonna go roll with them because I need some food right now. I need some shelter right now. Whatever it is, whatever your excuse is, man. All right? Because the Lord told us to endure to the end. So whatever excuse you have, all right, to try to get out of just taking your L, man, that's what's gonna be good for you.
Get your big in time.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There hath no temptation taking you, but such as is common to men. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. And the reason why I bring that out is that it says that the Most High is faithful, he'll give you that way out. But the only way that you're going to be able to take that way out is like the brother was saying, you have to trust in the Most High. You know, because the difference between us and man, it says we have those same temptations. But one trusts in the Most High, one doesn't. And so with that being said, that's the only way that we can take that way out. That's the only way that we can escape.
You might be reading.
Yeah, pick up 2 Ezra 9 and 13.
2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Right. Don't even worry about them. Alright? Because he that is not with me is against me. So we're not even tripping on them. Let's concentrate on us and how we gonna get out of this piece. Anybody who really wants to get this is gonna get it. So let's help them get it. Because the wicked is going to be destroyed anyways. The ones who, like the brother was speaking about, those 5 virgins who didn't bring their oil, they're going to be destroyed anyways. The opposition, the other nations, they're going to be destroyed anyways.
You know why? Because when you go up, it says they that have loathed my law while they yet have liberty. So, and when you go into that word loathe, it means to hate or despise. So we see who hates and despises the law, therefore we're like, okay, well, the Most High got you. You know, he got you how he got you. So we gonna worry about how we gonna get the hell up out of here. Because you don't want to get out of here. You don't want to follow Yahawah Shem Yahushua, you know? So that's why it says inquire not on how they should be destroyed and when, but worry about, you know, essentially worry about the elect, man. I just want to say that.
But inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Then answered I and said,
Right, oh, we can't skip past that. It said, for whom the world was created. All right, speaking about this globe, this being, this living, this life, this existence, this is created for us so that we may flourish. We went off, we served other guys. We as a nation have to pay for our iniquity, have to pay for our sins. All right, but that time is coming up and we're gonna get back in our rightful place. That's what the whole thing is about. That's what this whole movie is about. The Israelites, the Most High's children, we're how does the words say it in Deuteronomy? A peculiar people, right? Above all nations, set apart. And then what? They fell, and they got punished. And now what? And now they're all back on the rise. They're coming back into their true spots. And that's really what it's gonna be. We are the masters of the universe. The real He-Man.
Verse 14. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
Right, man, it ain't gonna be nothing nice. The Lord ain't never dealt with a big number. Even with Gideon had 600 dudes. But when he went to war, he trimmed his forces down to what? That 300. And he had different ways of how he did it. The Lord never dealt with a big number. I believe the scripture says that I chose you not because you were the biggest nation, but because we were the smallest.
Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
It just compares. Rewind that back one time.
Like as a wave, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Right now, if you got like a Sprite that been in the freezer, you know, you bring it out, that little condensation starts dripping down, it starts sweating, so to speak. That's a representation on the amount of people that are going to be saved. Now, in contrast to that, the people are going to be destroyed. If you go to a beach and the wave comes in, that's hundreds and thousands of gallons, millions of gallons. So that's how you can compare it, man. This is very special to have this understanding. To be that drop compared to that wave. They say the ways of this world are straight and narrow, but the ways to the world, or the righteous, their ways are straight and narrow, but the world are wide. Right? That's meant for everyone. That's why we gotta walk the straight gate. You get that from second Ezra? It's like 2 or 4. Straight gate, enter at the straight gate.
One is second Ezra?
Second Ezra.
7.
This is second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. This is verse 6. There is also another thing, a city is builded, and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
Right, we're just speaking of the kingdom of heaven, right? A city that's set on a broad field. Go ahead.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
Right, right. So you can imagine, you can picture the walls of the city, you know, way in the yonder, okay? It's a bit further back. And you see this skinny path to get there. And on one side, you got hot fire, and on this side, a deep water. And you got a decision to make. You know that this city is headed with nothing but good things. You ain't gonna have no problems, no sorrows. But do you have the gall, do you have the intestinal fortitude to cross this bridge and make it there? I gotta do my Vince McMahon, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, keep reading.
And one only path between them both.
That's the only way you can get there. You can't get on a boat and paddle your way there. You can't put on a flame retardant suit and try to make it there. You can't jump, you can't fly.